Hello and welcome back. Let's learn how to make this super cute and super easy Christmas ornament. What you need is 2 different color yarn and crochet hook. I'm using a crochet hook 6mm size and yarn medium number 4. We will start with foundation chain of 9. Our project will use 8 stitches, but we need one extra one in the end to make 8 stitches in foundation chain. So chain 9, double check your stitches. It's very important that you do have 9 stitches. Now count the second stitch from your crochet hook, and in that stitch you will make single crochet. That will be your first stitch. Once you complete single crochet, you will make 7 more single crochet stitches to the end of this row. In the end, you should have total of 8 stitches. All of them will be single crochet stitch. So you're placing your hook in between loops, which means you're working in a back loop, and you're just making a regular single crochet by placing hook through the loops, yarn over, and pulling yarn through the both loops. Just like that. So you will repeat the same row 4 times, but you will create foundation chain each time as well. We want to have 4 separate rows of 8 stitches. And that's my last one. And if you want, you can double check if you have 8 stitches, because it's very important with this project that you do have the right amount of stitches. And you will repeat the same process again. So you will chain 9, and once again we will place stitch in the second stitch from your hook. That will be your first single crochet, and you add additional 7 single crochet stitches all the way to the end of this row. Once you make your 7 stitches, make sure the 8th one it's going through both loops. You want to have 2 loops on your hook, and each time you will be connecting those 2 rows together. That's very secure when you actually go through both loops. And you start again with chain 9, and once again we're repeating the same process. You're making 8 single crochet stitches in the back loop, with the exception of the last one where you're making through both loops. So once you're done with the 3rd row, you will make 1 more row. You want to have 4 rows of 8 single crochet stitches. And again, this is my 8th one, and I'm making sure that I'm not going through 1 loop but through both loops, and that's very important. And let's do 1 more, and again chain 9, and you repeat the same process. It's very simple beginning. The connecting might be a little bit more challenging, but it's very super easy and you can make as many ornaments as you want. So I'm almost done with this row 2, making sure I'm going through both loops, and always count stitches. You want to have 8 stitches. That's very important. And this is how your one part of the square look like. Now you repeat the same process with the different color yarn. We can cut the yarn, take the tail through your last stitch to secure this, and you are done for now with this one. You can do the same yarn color or different color yarn, or you can even incorporate 4 different color yarns, because you do have 4 different rows. But I chose to use only 2 different color yarns, so I created the same piece in red and white. Going forward, we will be combining these 2 pieces together, and let me show you how I'm doing this. Once I'm done with one color yarn, I will cut the yarn like I did with the red one. But my second color yarn, I did not cut the yarn because I want to keep this working yarn and go around and connect both pieces together. So you can do the same way. What you have to do, you have to align your pieces, one horizontally, one vertically. And we will be weaving pieces in between the other pieces, making checkerboard. And each time you place a stitch around, you will be making stitches through both pieces. And that's the final result here. So that's the wrong side, and that's the right side. But when you're connecting these pieces, you don't need to align these 2 pieces as the only right side or wrong one. You can use both. So now let me show you how to connect pieces if you already cut your yarn. You just make a slip knot. You will align your pieces the way you want to work them. And I make sure that, if I have right side on one side, I want to have wrong one on the other side. That's just me, but you can keep 2 right side or 2 wrong sides. Once I select my pieces, I will align them one on top of each other by placing my hook through both first stitches. And I'm working here always through both loops. Once I have my 2 parts, I will take the slip knot and I pull through both parts. Once I do that, I will slip stitch. They are connected now, and I will be making single crochet stitch starting with the first stitch. So I'm making stitch in the same stitch that I just make slip knot, and I'm making single crochet. And each of my parts have 8 stitches, so I will take my next stitch through both loops and my red one through both loops, and I will make a single crochet. Now, before I make another 2 single crochet stitches, I want to move the red part on top of my white part. So I'm just putting above, but I'm making again 1 single crochet through both parts, both loops. And this part has 2 stitches, So again, I'm making 2 loops, 2 loops, my second stitch. And again, I want to move to the white part, so I'm moving this red one behind, and I'm making 2 single crochet stitches as I did with the other parts. So it's very simple process. It can be a little bit challenging holding all the pieces together, but once you're done with this part, it will be easier and easier. And the last one, we don't want to forget to flip again. We want the red part be on the top, and we have only last 2 stitches because we have 4 parts, 2 stitches each equal 8 stitches. So 1 and 1 more. And always make sure you're going through both loops. You want this to be very secure. And of course, the ends, we will hide them once we complete the project. Okay, so that's the one side done. You reach the corner. Each corner will be worked the same way. Before you move to your next stitch, you will chain 1, and your first stitch you will make in the same stitch. So the corner has 2 stitches in the same stitch and chain 1. So I'm able to connect my second stitch here because that's the right part. My red part is on the top. Now we have to weave this further. So the first white part is weaved and connected. Now I'm taking the second white part and I'm alternating the connection different way. So where my part was on the top, I'm moving to the bottom, and again the top and the bottom. So my second line, it's already checkerboard. You see the different colors, and before you make that connection, double check if all your colors are aligned the right way. So how we connecting, each part did not change. We still making 2 single crochet through both loops and making sure that we have enough stitches. We just want to take 2 stitches at a time. And again, I have this one, I have to put my white on the top, under, and again over and under. Once I check the design is correct, I will connect these 2 together using single crochet through both loops. So let me know if you have any challenges with this one, but I believe it's really simple once you kind of organize your parts. And the last one. So we want to be sure that everything is perfect aligned. And my last one, it's white, so I want to have under and then over and again under, because I want the red one to be on the top, and over. And again, I have 2 more stitches to my corner. So before you reach the corner, you will make your 2 stitches. Once you reach your corner, you will make chain 1, and then you start the next side working stitch in the same stitch that you just finished the previous side. So that's my last stitch. I'm at the corner, chain 1, and now I can make stitch in the same stitch and I already know that my red color yarn has to be behind, so I'm making additional stitch and this part is done. Always make sure you're going through both loops. Before I move my next stitch, I will go and align all my pieces, weave them the way that I want them to appear. So I need the red one, then I need the white one on the top, and at the end I need the red one on the top. And again, my next stitch, red on the top, going through both loops, connecting to the white in the back, and always each part, each row has to be connected using 2 stitches and 2 stitches in both loops. So the third size is maybe the most challenging. The first one is simple. The last one, which we will go soon to the fourth side, it's the simplest one because you already have all connected yarns. Yes, also make sure all your pieces are flat, they're not twisted. And as always, before you move to the next side, make sure that each color is aligned the right way, so you don't need to redo this all over again. And we're flipping last one, making sure it's flat, not twisted. And we are almost done. We have one more side to go. And you can make as many as you want. I mean, they're super simple. You can make them as colorful as you want. You can make them bigger using maybe 10 stitches or 12. Or you can make a coaster using 8 or 10 stitches. This is a very simple design and you can use for many different projects. I even use them as a pot holder. If you would like to learn how to make a cube from these little squares, there is a video on my channel and with detailed instruction how to make a cube. Also, you can make a pen holder, or I use actually the cube as my message box, my ornament with little I love you note inside. So this is kind of like part 1 to the cube ornament, but it's very simple. Once you make 6 of these, you just have to connect them together. And again, if you need help connecting them together, if you need help making the cube or the pen holder, check the other video and I will leave link below. So I'm almost in the end of my last corner. So as you see, this was not difficult at all. And again, I don't want to forget to chain 1, and because I already have my other stitch, in this case, I just need to slip stitch. And that's it. We are done with this ornament. Once you hide all the ends, you just cut yarn or any other, like, you know, string or ribbon. I use the yarn because this is super light. And what I do, I don't like this knot to be visible. So you can do, of course, the way you like. But what I like to use, I will make a knot with longer tails first. And then I will take my hook and I put that yarn through the corner, one of the corners. Technically does not matter which one, but let's select one. And I will go from the back to front and I take this loop and pull through. Once I'm done with that, I want to pull yarn through, but I do not want this knot to be visible. So instead of going this way, where I put my knot through the loop, I will actually take the nice end of the yarn and pull through the other end part, and that will bring my knot to the wrong side. Also, I want to secure this even more, so I will take one tail and I bring that yarn a little bit lower to my project. And you can do this either with needle or with the hook. So I just select one stitch, take one tail and pull through. And once I'm done with that, I just tied those two ends together and cut the yarn. So that's it. I hope you enjoy crocheting this little ornament with me, and I hope you learned something new today. Let me know if you have any questions. I always answer all the questions in the comments, and I do love hearing from you or even seeing your projects you made. That will be very nice to see that. As always, thank you for watching. Follow for more. If you would like to make a cube using the same pattern, please check my other video, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.